Hi there and welcome to another CodeZong video. Today we're on the code.org website, and code.org is actually a nonprofit organization. They have a very specific initiative, and that is to bring computer science to more students. And one of the ways that they do that is through an initiative called the Hour of Code, which is what I wanted to talk to you today. That's why I'm on the code.org website. If you are a teacher or if you are a parent and you are interested in teaching your kid how to code, then I definitely encourage you to really sort of get behind your school and encourage them to participate in a program called the Hour of Code. The Hour of Code is something that it's basically an hour that is dedicated at least one time per school year to teaching kids how to get comfortable with the concepts of programming and coding. It's the kind of thing that I think a lot of schools participate in at a minimum of one time per year, but they can do it any time, any amount of time per year. And this is one of the resources that you can look at to help you get started with that. It's the code.org website. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to scroll through here and just show you some of the resources that exist on this site. I'll start actually by looking at this particular section that's dedicated to the Hour of Code initiative and just show you a couple of samples of code that you can introduce to your child or to your student. Let's go ahead and begin. If you go to the code.org website, you can actually see on the home page a section that says Try the Hour of Code. And if you click on that link, what you actually get are a series of exercises that you can participate in, either as a student or as a parent, to kind of get a feel for what's out there. You see as I scroll through this webpage, you've got things like Code with Anna and Elsa. So if you've got maybe a young daughter who's a fan of some of the Disney films. You've also got tutorials for beginners here, tutorials that teach JavaScript. If you have no device, there are certain things that you can try that are quote-unquote unplugged, just to kind of get some hands-on practice with some of the concepts that you would encounter in doing code. Now, as I continue to scroll through here, you've got tutorial apps for phones and tablets. Some of these should look familiar to you if you follow the CodeZong series of videos that I've got here on my channel. This is Lightbot, which is an app on the iPhone and on Android devices that we've looked at. We've done actually a very deep dive in Code Combat. Code Combat is a web-based application that allows you to sort of learn how to do coding by controlling a sort of a hero in a variety of different games. What we're going to do is we're going to scroll back up here to the top, and I'm going to show you tutorials for beginners, and we're going to look at some exercises that involve some of the Angry Birds characters. And that's one of the things that I like about some of the exercises on code.org, is they make use of some of the things that your kids are probably familiar with from sort of like a gaming standpoint, puts them in this environment and shows them how to learn programming. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, these tutorials actually do start with video introductions, but for the purposes of this particular demonstration, I'm going to cancel those these demonstration videos, that is. If you're going through this as a parent or as a teacher, I definitely encourage you to watch the videos all the way through. Do this yourself and see the videos. It'll give you a good introduction of what the Hour of Code is all about and sort of what their aim is. It also introduces what the actual exercises are that you're about to encounter, but for now, I'll just go ahead and close that out. Now, there's a number of puzzles that you can participate in. I'll do just a handful here in this video. I don't want to reveal everything. I think that some of it should be left as a bit of a surprise if you've got some students or some kids in mind that you want to put this in front of. Let's go ahead and begin. I'll do maybe about 5 or 6 of these. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to drag a move block and snap it together with the other blocks. The objective here is, if you look over here, we've got the Angry Bird and we've got the evil pig here that you're probably used to knocking down if you've ever played the Angry Birds application. What we're going to do is we're just going to move on top of him. And so what you've got are these action blocks that you're going to put into the coding area here to ultimately reach your objective. Your objective here is to move forward 2 spaces. So this is an action here, this when run block. They've already started and done a little bit of work for us. They have a move forward once. We need to move forward twice. So we'll grab this and we'll snap it into place. And then when we go ahead and run, we should see our Angry Bird do what we're expecting it to do. So let's do that. Excellent. So we completed puzzle 1. We only wrote 2 lines of code. And this is one of the things that I like about this. If you go show code, it shows you how the blocks that you drag in actually translate to code. This is JavaScript. Let's go ahead and continue. Puzzle number 2, this pig is ruffling my feathers, help me to find him. So again, it's pretty straightforward. The exercise involves just moving forward 3 times this time. So we know we have to go 1, 2, and then 3 to get to our destination. We already have a move forward one time. So we need to drag the move forward in there 2 more times to have him move forward 3 blocks. Once that's all in place, we can hit run, and it should work. And it does. Excellent. We'll go ahead and show the code, and you can see it's basically what we saw last time, but the move forward function here has been expressed 3 different times. So let's go ahead and continue. All right, puzzle number 3, trace the path and lead me to the silly pig. Avoid TNT or the feathers will fly. We'll say okay to that. And let's take a look. So we know that we have to move forward 2 spaces, but it looks like we also have to turn before we move forward again for the final space to get to our bad guy. So the first thing we'll do is we'll move the 2 spaces that we know that we need to move. That's going to bring us to the very end here. And then what we need to do is we need to make a right turn before we move forward again. So I'll put in this turn right, and then another move forward. Snap that into place, and once it's there, we can hit run. Here he goes. He moves right, he moves forward, and he is there. So we did it. And this time when you look at the code, you do see your move forward expressions, or your functions here rather, but you also now see the turn right before another move forward, which brings us to our final spot. So you can see as you get through these exercises, it gets a little bit more complicated, but it stays pretty basic. So it's not something that you're going to get lost in these early levels. Let's continue. Guide me to the green evilness. Watch out for TNT. So it sounds like we've got some obstacles here. Let's take a look at the puzzle. We do have TNT right here above us. So what we know what we need to do is we need to move forward once, then we need to make a left turn, and then move forward again, then make a right turn and move forward. So we'll go ahead and make use of left after we first move forward, and we'll move forward after that. That takes us right next to the bad guy, and we'll turn right, and then we'll move forward, touch him there, snap that into place, press the run button, see what we get. Turn left and move forward, turn right and move forward, and we're good. Now this time when we click on the show code button, you'll see that it's probably what you're expecting now at this point. Now you've got your turn left function here before you're forward, and then your turn right before the last move forward. Let's go ahead and continue. We'll do a couple more. Keep calm and help me to find the bad pig, otherwise I might get angry. Alright, so we know we've got some TNT in front of us. That's not good. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to move right. Now you'll notice as I'm putting these things in place, they're not giving us any starting hints at this point, so we're kind of on our own. So we'll move right and we'll move forward. Okay, now we'll move left, and then we want to move forward 1, 2, 3 times. So we'll put 3 move forwards here. And that's snapped into place. After that, we want to go ahead and turn left and move forward so that we are right on top of that pig. Let's try that. Moving forward 3 times, turns left, moves forward. We got our guy. Let's take a look at this code. When you show the code, you'll actually see that we turn right, move forward, turn left. Then you see the move forward 3 times, and then turn left and move forward. So as you advance through these exercises, your students or your children are going to be introduced to concepts involving loops to avoid repetitive code like this. I don't know if you get into it too early. You might. We're only going to do a couple more of these. Hold on, let me pause this. So this video that they're about to show you is Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, and he's actually teaching the concept of loops, or he's discussing it in this video. That suggests that that's what we're going to see. So I'm going to do one more of these exercises, and I'll leave the rest to you. But like I said, when you come back to do this yourself, or if your student is doing these, definitely watch through all of these videos. So there's a way that I can get to the silly pig using only 2 blocks. Can you figure it out? All right, sure enough, we have a looping block now. And if you take a look at this, it says repeat 5 times by doing whatever activity we snap into this little section here. So let's take a look at the puzzle. We know that we have to move forward 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 times to get to our bad guy. So that's pretty straightforward. We'll go ahead and we'll drop in our loop block because we know we have to move forward 5 times. So if you look at this, it very much simplifies how we're actually constructing these commands. And when we run it, we'll see that we are successful. He's going to get to the bad guy. It's a little bit slow on the playback when we're using these loops. but you do get to your bad guy. You are successful. And now when you look at the code, when you hit that Show Code button, you'll actually see that the syntax is significantly different. This is a very standard looping construct that you'll see in JavaScript, in Java, in C++, in C#, any sort of a C-based language. You'll see this sort of syntax for loops. So actually being able to look at the code after you've constructed it with the blocks is really helpful, and they'll start to kind of remember the syntax and how to lay this stuff out. It's really kind of interesting. Anyway, I want to stop it right there and encourage you to go to code.org and try out some of these exercises. And certainly, as a parent or as a teacher, encourage your school to participate in the Hour of Code at a minimum of once a year, and certainly more if you can do that. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, because I've got more on the way. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.